Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to this video and happy Easter to all of you that celebrate. Today is April 20th and it's Easter Sunday. I just got back from having brunch at a friend's house and I wasn't so sure if I was going to be able to get a video up for you this weekend, so here we are. But this is probably going to go up on Monday. I'm not so sure yet. So we are going to go over what I'm loving right now and not so much. So first off, I'm going to start with a couple of things that I have been absolutely smitten with for the last couple months. And these are health items. So I still do plan on doing a health and wellness video, but I'm testing some things out before I get that video up. So I have gotten into doing rebounding and also using a vibration plate. Now, before in the past, I just kind of I wasn't really interested in rebounding. But then when I got my vibration plate, I seen what a difference it made in my body with the lymphatic drainage, how my skin's been looking, how I've been feeling. And it's made such a huge difference on the appearance of my legs and my belly fat. Because I am going through perimenopause, and since I started perimenopause, I would say like probably towards the beginning of COVID, like I started packing on the weight, especially in my belly. And I have been trying for like the last 2 years to get it off. Well, actually 3 years. And it started to come off, but then it came back and it just stayed there for a while. And I've been having the hardest time trying to lose it. So I started intermittent fasting 3 months ago. I'm down 17 pounds and I am losing a lot of belly fat. That's where I see my weight loss is my belly fat. My belly is actually going down and I'm so over the moon happy about it. But I really noticed it starting to go down a lot more when I started introducing the vibration plate and then I started rebounding. So I just picked up an intro vibration plate off of Amazon. I'll put a picture of it right here. I picked it up, it was on sale, and I think it's still on sale, but I picked up their best seller and it works for me. I love it. It's so calming and so relaxing. And what I like to do is in the mornings when I get up, I like to perform my block therapy. And you know, when you're releasing your fascia adhesions, you're releasing toxins and fluid that has been trapped in those tissues, and it's a really good idea to perform lymphatic drainage after. So I would jump on my vibration plate. I started out with doing like 10 minutes and then I worked my way up to doing 20 minutes on it. And sometimes I'll do some exercises on it, like grab some hand weights or do some squats and stuff like that, because you can do a full weight workout with them as well. And then after, I would go jump on in my sauna blanket for about 20 minutes to sweat out all the toxins. And then I was like, okay, this is becoming to be too long of a morning routine. So I started looking into rebounding because rebounding has similar benefits as to a vibration plate. They help stimulate lymphatic fluid, so they're great for lymphatic drainage. When I jump on that in the morning, either on my rebounder or on my vibration plate, all my facial puffiness goes away, my double chin, everything. My skin looks so much better. I have this healthier glow to my skin, but they are great if you are starting to lose your bone density, because both a vibration plate and a rebounder help build new osteocytes. And so does block therapy too, by the way. So it's such a great combination. So I wanted something that would get my heart rate up a little bit more, that was easy on my joints, and that was fun, because I have no desire to go to the gym anymore. I don't like to really walk on the treadmill unless I have to. And also I'm tired of riding my Peloton bike, and I'm not seeing a difference when I ride my Peloton bike. And my butt gets sore. So I've been just doing all this research, you know, behind the scenes with vibration plates and with rebounding. So for the last few weeks, I just started rebounding, and then I use my vibration plate at night for about 10 minutes before I go to bed to help relax me. Both of these improve your mood. The vibration plate is really great if you're someone who suffers from anxiety, stress, if you have a hard time sleeping, because it's so relaxing. And rebounding is an overall great cardio workout that works your muscles. You can do resistance training with rebounding, but the jumping is very, very good for building up nice legs. And both of them help improve your core strength, your pelvic floor muscles, and also your posture. So I was like, this is a great addition to block therapy, so let me do it. And by golly, I am so happy I got into them, because like I said, I am starting to see my belly fat just melt away along with intermittent fasting. I think I finally found my cheat code. So the rebounder that I picked up is just a basic rebounder from Amazon. I'll put a picture of it right here. It's from Pico. It's a 40-inch. I wish I would have gotten the 48-inch, but it has the bungees instead of the spring. So I would suggest that you do your own research on, the perfect vibration plate for you and the perfect rebounder, because there's so many, and they can start out from anywhere from $90 and go all the way up to $5,000 for a vibration plate. For a rebounder, you're looking about $100 all the way up to like $1,500. Now, some people say the rebounders with the bungees are better for lymphatic drainage, and they are quiet versus the ones with the springs. Now, there are soft landing rebounders, and then there's stiff rebounders. If you have joint issues, I would suggest getting a soft landing rebounder, or look into the vibration plate therapy, because it will be easier on your joints versus a rebounder. But they have been great workouts. I've been following, a couple channels here on YouTube. And then once I do my health and wellness video, I will, give you all the details of the videos that I've been following for the free workouts, and, I'll share more of my results. So that has been so great for me. I would say the vibration plate has been really good at helping me with my stress levels too. I feel like a different person, because I still get stressed, but my stress levels have gone way down, and I've learned to finally go with the flow instead of really, letting things, get to me and make my blood boil. So they've been amazing. Okay, so now let's go into some hair products, and I do have some announcements about some skincare products. So normally when I smooth out my hair, I use my GHD Duet blow dryer brush. This is my favorite hair tool of all time. So I use my Dyson Neural dryer there to blow dry my hair, and I blow dry it to about 85% dry. And then I go in with this and I smooth this out. So this heats up sort of like a flat iron, but then it's also got air going through it too. The one thing I would say that is bad about this is that you don't have any control over the heat, and it does get very hot, okay? And sometimes when you're running this through your hair gets really hot that it can burn your fingers. Kind of worries me just a little bit, but I haven't been seeing any damage in my hair from this. So this is how I normally smooth out my hair, because I like to create, I like to create bends and flips in my hair, as you can see here, and I like to have volume at my roots, and this gives this to me. This is like the best volumizing blow dry brush ever. And I love that it doesn't blow my hair all over the place, creating additional frizz like other blow dryer brushes do. But the one thing is you don't have any control over the heat. And they say that this doesn't damage your hair. All heat is going to damage your hair. You have to make sure that you have heat protectant in your hair. But they say that this won't damage your hair. And in the small print, it says if you only go over each section 4 times, so 4 passes. If you go over it more than 4 passes, then I'm assuming it's creating some sort of damage in the hair. So that's why I started blow drying my hair before I went in with this, because you can style your hair from wet to dry with this. But I had to go over each section more than 4 times, and it gets so hot. So that's why I started blow drying my hair to about 95 or 85% dry, so I don't have to make as many passes through this. And it does a beautiful job, as you can see here. Now, sometimes here, when I sleep at night, my hair will get either frizzy or some of the curl will come back, because I don't use the Color Wow Dream Coat in my hair, because I personally don't like it for my hair. Kind of makes my hair a little flat. I think that's great, like if you like that smooth, sleek look. So I use other Color Wow products. And I was going over my hair in the mornings with this to smooth it out and straighten it out. And I was just feeling like, it's too hot, it's probably creating damage, I need to look for something else. So with the Sephora sale, I saw that they had this Amika. This is the Blowout Babe Thermal Brush. It says, for a long-lasting, just blown out look with the ultimate bounce, no snag, and it uses infrared heat, and this has ions in it. So this is just one heat setting. It doesn't get very hot like the GHD, but I can't use this to smooth out my hair initially, because it doesn't get hot enough to really smooth out my curls. What I love this for is to touch up my hair, because it's less heat versus the GHD, and you have the option to turn on the ions to help improve the shine of your hair. Now this is a ceramic, and then there's the infrared heat in the inside. And I have not used the ionic mode yet, because the ionic mode, you don't really get much curl with it. It's more about the shine in the hair and smoothing it out versus on the regular setting. But I have been loving this. So in the mornings, when I'm getting ready for work and I have to touch up my hair, I have been going for this. Such a great find. You can create twirls in your hair if you want, some curls, some bends, some volume, but it has been so good. So this has become a new favorite hairstyling tool. Now for a new favorite hair product. I have been picking up this Pop and Lock. This is called High Gloss Finish. So this helps seal in split ends. It helps also with frizziness in the hair, the shine of the hair, but it's also great for flyaways. Right after I smooth my hair, I used to go in with the Virtue, this is their healing hair oil, to help with taming the frizz and the flyaways. This, I mean, it does a great job at, oiling up my hair, but it doesn't do much for the frizz. I love the way this smells. This is still a favorite hair oil, but I just lately have been noticing that it really hasn't been doing much for my hair. So I picked up my Pop and Lock, and I started using this after I blow out my hair, and I absolutely love it. Now with this, you have to remember that one pump goes a long way. One time I used 2 pumps in my hair, and it was way too much, and I kind of made my hair a little bit too oily. So I start out with 1 pump, and I take it in between my hands, and then I just start working it all through my hair, making sure I focus it on my ends, taming down any flyaways that I have or those new hairs that are popping up. And then it kind of first feels like it's going to be too heavy, but then once your hair starts absorbing it, it's really light and it maintains the volume of my hair. And I can use this, all throughout my 4 days before I go into my next wash. I usually, when I smooth out my hair, I can get away with 4 days, sometimes 5 without washing my hair. I don't use dry shampoo. I use all Color Wow products in my hair, except for one is my Bond treatment. And this just keeps my hairstyle looking good. It also has heat protection in it. So when I go in with my thermal brush here, my hair is protected. So I have been loving this Pop and Lock. Love, love, love. So that is it for hair. Now I do have something to tell you with a body product. So I do have a new favorite body product, and I have an old favorite one. So let's start with the new favorite body product. I picked up the Glow Getter body oil from Naturium. And at first, when I tried this, I didn't like it. I went through a bottle already. This is my second bottle. I love this body oil. At first, when you put it on, it feels really heavy, but then it absorbs into your skin so nicely without leaving you greasy, and it gives you the most beautiful glow on your body skin. It's like your skin looks ethereal. I love this stuff. It is so, so good. So another winner for Naturium with their Glow Getter body oil. Love it. I just love the Glow Getter line. Favorite body wash. I love the body butter. I use the BioLipid lotion. Usually use that in the summertime. And then now this oil. So the other day I was cooking dinner and I got a really nasty burn on my arm. And so when it happened, at first I felt some stinging and I'm like, oh, I wonder what that is. And then I looked down and I'm like, oh my gosh, I burned my arm. And it was so bad that the skin started to lift right away and the water was going underneath. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna put on it? So I went in and I grabbed my Neova body repair. So this is their lotion that has copper tripeptides in it. It has the DNA repair enzymes, and there is also vitamin E in here. So this is to help correct and prevent sun damage on your body and help stimulate collagen and elastin. And it's great for after sun exposure. Like if you get a sunburn, you want to put this on because of those copper peptides. So I'm like, you know what, let me try this. So I immediately reached for this and put it on my burn, and it did not blister, and the pain, there was no more pain or stinging the next morning when I woke up. So I have been applying it twice a day. Now it is still red, but it is not textured whatsoever, and I'm hoping it's not gonna scar it if I continue to put this on. So I love this, and this will continue to be a repurchase from Neova. I get this from Neova direct. Now, interesting thing about Neova. So as you know, the tariffs haven't gone into effect yet, but Neova did raise all their prices between $5 and $10 on all their products. This went up $5. This used to be $60 and it is now $65. Their total DNA repair was $115, now it's $125. And this is only 30 milliliters, okay? Now, you guys know that I love this Neova Total DNA Repair. It has done wonders for my skin and the sun damage and healing my actinic keratosis. The thing now is that it's gone up to $125. I go through one of these a month because I use it twice a day. And it's just too expensive for me to continue to purchase. So unfortunately, the Neova Total DNA Repair is going to have to go bye-bye along with some of their other products because they're getting to that price now to where I don't want to spend $125 every month on this serum. I love it. I think it's great, but I'll probably just continue to purchase their Silk Sheer, which has the DNA repair enzymes in it. And there's another sunscreen that they have that has the DNA repair enzymes too. Now their Silk Sheer 2.0 SPF was $63, but now it is $69. It is $70 now for this sunscreen. So I'm going to be on the search for another sunscreen that has the DNA repair enzymes. I just really love this formula for my skin. But these prices for these skincare products is getting unreachable, and especially for ones that you use, you know, twice a day, every day. Now, I was thinking about trying the Photozyme. I'm still thinking about it. Now, I just didn't really see anything with that for my skin, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. That one is always on sale, and I'm kind of thinking, I'm just wondering if Neova raised their prices on their products because they could possibly be losing business from, you know, Photozyme's blowout sales every weekend. And now that they've reached out to the bigger influencers and having them promote it, that, you know, it's taking away business from Neova. So they had to do something and raise their prices. And Neova, I believe, is made in Israel. And I know Israel isn't affected by the tariffs, but there could be ingredients in here that they may source that are. So many things with these tariffs, and I feel bad for these smaller companies like Mesama. So Mesama is not made here in the US, it is made in the UK. And for their LED light devices, they do source from Asia. And as we know, especially in China, the tariffs are going up so high that those devices, the price is going to go up here for the US market. Now, Mesama is having a sale this weekend where you spin the wheel and you can get 20% off. They have limited stock here in the US in their warehouse in New Jersey. And if you guys are, you know, wanting to pick up any of the Mesama products, especially their LED light devices before they raise their prices, now is the time to do it because they'll go up probably quite a bit of money. So, and you know, Mesama is, in my opinion, they're above the cutting edge with their LED light technology with the pulse light. It's the best LED light devices I've ever used, and I continue to use them, and I love them, and I see amazing results in my skin. So Mesama did let me know that once their stock runs out here in the US, which they do have limited, then that's when they'll introduce the new pricing, if in fact the tariffs do go up or go into place. It's like up and down every day. It's like a roller coaster ride, right? So just keep that in mind. So there's just some things there. And, you know, I'm worried about my Calecim products because Calecim is made in Singapore, not here in the US. So those will probably be affected by the tariffs, and hopefully, you know, they're not going to go up to an unreachable price. But with the Calecim products, if these did go up $10, I wouldn't mind it so much. I don't want it to go up, but I wouldn't mind it so much because, like for the MAC cream, you know, you get 50 mLs here. It's not 1 ounce. And this jar lasts me usually, I think like, what is it, 4 months? I'm almost towards the end of this one now. And their eye cream has been lasting me a long time. And then the pink serum, you know, I reduced the amount that I use, so it's lasting me longer. And I love what I see in my skin with those Calecim products. So, but I'll just go over those in a minute. So, so now, I'll go over my fails at the end of this video, but, I have been loving using my green rooibos pressed serum with my LED light therapy. I started incorporating it back in, and I was trying this out during the day, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to use this as a everyday serum, you know, like twice a day, once in the morning with my skincare, and then again with the LED light therapy in the evening. So I'm only using this on the nights when I do my LED light therapy, not every day, because if this goes up too much, it might be unreachable too. So hopefully it won't. So with my skincare, I have some new products that I have been loving that I introduced. So one of them is, of course, Viktoria De Ann. So I've added 2 Peptis in with my Viktoria De Anns. As you guys know, I was using Pepti Lift and Tone as maintenance. I switched to doing that twice a day. And then I started adding in Correct HP because I had a spot of melasma pop up over here and over here. And I think it was due to lipofusion because I have been, doing my block therapy pretty much every day now for the last 3 months. Now, I noticed this like about a month and a half into it, that I started to get this dark spot appear right here and right over here. And it was oddly shaped like melasma. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I've never had melasma before. I've never had really any issues with hyperpigmentation in my skin, just the uneven skin tone, a lot of red in my skin tone from, sun damage in the past. So I'm like, immediately I had my Correct HP in a brand new bottle, and I started using this twice a day on my skin, and it's just evening out my skin tone and lifting that pigmentation or that melasma spot on my skin to where now it's almost gone and barely visible. And I say that, my skin and this melasma spot is going to be different than something from like hormones or like pregnancy, going through like the change of life and other types of melasma, because this is called lipofusion. And what lipofusion is when your liver is taxed. And since I was doing so much blocking, I was releasing all those toxins out of my tissue, that they flooded my liver, and it was reflecting on my skin as melasma, which that can happen too. So that's why it's really important to find out what triggers your hyperpigmentation and get to the nitty-gritty of what is causing that melasma. Is it hormonal? Is it lipofusion? Is it maybe because you it's triggered by heat? So there's so many different factors what causes hyperpigmentation. It's not just sun damage, it's not just heat, it's all internal. And it's really important to, go in and do a deep dive in what's causing it. Now, with the lipofusion type of melasma, it is easier to treat because you can do lymphatic drainage and put on a topical like the Correct HP. Now, Correct HP does have their Viktoria De Ann's proprietary peptides, and it also has chelating ingredients in it, and chelating ingredients help rid the skin of toxins. So that's why this is super effective, and it starts working at the root cause and starts breaking up that pigmentation slowly. So you usually notice it to break up on the outside before it goes on the inside, just so you know. So I have been loving this. This is going to be a repurchase for me because I still need to work on that pigmentation. Now, once my pigmentation is out of my skin, I will stop using that Pepti. Then I was reading on the Viktoria De Ann professional site that they were recommending Pepti Pad to help plump your lips. So I started incorporating Pepti Pad twice a day a couple weeks ago. And I started just putting it here all over around my mouth and on top of my lips twice a day. And I'm noticing that this area right in here looks plumper. My fine lines are less apparent right in here, and my lips are a lot plumper than what they were. And it's not just my lip gloss that I have on, because this one doesn't have any plumping in it, but I've noticed that my lips are plumping up so nicely, and they look smoother too. So I started applying this underneath my eyes, right here in between my brows, and over here on the sides of my eyes where I do have those lines, and it is plumping up the area really nicely. Now, Pepti Pad, what it's for plumping up your fat pads and for plumping up your skin. So if your skin is thin, you're noticing wrinkles, and you're noticing hollowness, you should start incorporating Pepti Pad. Now, at first, when I very first tried this new formulation of Pepti Pad, I tried the old Pepti Pad before, and I didn't notice anything with it. And then I started trying this, and it started to make my skin itch at first, but now I have no issues with it making my skin itch. Just at first, initially, when I tried it, I did. So I was like, oh no, am I gonna break out from this? Let me stop using it. So I just started introducing it around my mouth. It's working out perfectly. So I'm putting it in the other areas to test this out. And so far, I like what I'm seeing. So If you, like I said, if you have any hollowness in the cheek area, right here in your temples, underneath your eyes, if you're noticing fine lines and wrinkles, if you want to plump up the lines around your lips, if you want to plump up your lips, and to help this area right here where we get the marionette lines, this is working for me and it's doing a beautiful job. So I love it. I look forward to seeing what continues to happen with this. I really like this. I see more results with this than using the Atour definitive lip treatment, because this plumps your lips too, but it does it gradually. And I like what I see with this. Also, it'll be cheaper for you in the long run, and you'll see more with it. And you can put this all over your face. So I have been loving that. So my other new skincare that I have been loving is these BioPure products from Viktoria De Ann. So Viktoria De Ann Peptides, the Viktoria De Ann line, you can't buy these direct from Viktoria De Ann. You have to buy them from a professional that sells them. JoElla Milan is the place to get your Viktoria De Ann products here, or you can go on to Viktoria De Ann's website and you can look for a local esthetician in your area that carries this line. Now, the reason for that is this is a professional skincare line. They're using pharmaceutical grade peptides that they have their own proprietary blend. They're bioactive peptides that work with your own skin's amino acids. And what makes them special is, okay, so these are messaging peptides. They are formulated at a smaller molecule so they can penetrate the skin. And Viktoria De Ann is a family-run and operated business. They also have their own lab on site and their own chemist, who is the owner. So everything is in a controlled environment. They're not farming these out to other companies or other labs to make. And they're just a beautiful peptide company. They know what they're doing with peptides. I've been using these for over 2 years now, and I love them. So they have their BioPure line. Now these contain, I think, what they call myoactives, which they use mushrooms. It's the Phineus lineus mushroom, which are packed full of actives and peptides such as polysaccharide peptides and beta glucan. So their BioPure line is created for those who have sun damage, hyperpigmentation, compromised barriers such as rosacea, acne, even eczema. If you have loss of collagen and elastin, fine lines and wrinkles, these will help preserve and stimulate that. But they use the fruiting body of the Phineus lineus mushroom versus spores. Most companies just use the spores not the fruiting body. And the fruiting body is where all the yummy actives are. So they have 2 moisturizers. You have your nourishing moisturizer and you have your restorative cream. So your nourishing moisturizer is a lighter formulation, and this is great for those who have normal to oily skin, and this would probably be your main moisturizer for morning and evening. Then they have their restorative cream, which is a thicker cream and is great for dry skin or as a nighttime moisturizer. Now, I have normal to combination skin. I'm like normal, sometimes dehydrated on the outside of my face, and then I'm oily in my T-zone. Now, at first, when I started using this nourishing cream or nourishing moisturizer, I thought it was going to be way too light because it is a very thin moisturizer. But what these also do is they help stimulate your moisture levels, balance your moisture levels in your skin. So at first I thought it wasn't enough, but then the more I used it, my skin started adjusting to it. So this is my new morning moisturizer. I love it. It's doing wonderful things for my skin. Since I started incorporating this, both of these, I just noticed that the skin on my neck is looking firmer. It's looking smoother. The overall appearance of my skin is less red, and it looks healthier and bouncier. and it looks like my collagen and elastin is getting stronger. Now, I've only been using these for a couple weeks, but I already see a difference in my skin. Now, their restorative moisturizer, or restorative cream, sorry, here, is a little bit thicker, and I use this one at night. Now, this is like thick, but it's not that thick. It absorbs really well into your skin, and it doesn't make your skin greasy or heavy. So you might not think that it's enough, but it is enough for your skin. So I have been loving these. Now, these do contain frankincense oil in there. And at first I was kind of hesitant about the frankincense, but I had a rosacea flare up a couple weeks ago, well, actually 3 weeks ago, and I got some pustules on my cheeks, and I reached for these moisturizers. My flare up was gone in 2 days. Usually it takes about a week or two for that to calm down, but these helped calm it immediately. And I believe it was because of that frankincense oil. It was so soothing and so cooling on my skin that it took that heat out of my skin that I get from a rosacea flare up. And these, since I've been using these for a few weeks now, the frankincense oil, it just doesn't really seem like it's there to me. At first, I kind of felt like it was a little bit strong, and it has like this medicinal scent to it, kind of a little bit peppery. But I have been loving these and what they're doing for my skin. I haven't reacted to the frankincense oil. It's just, I love it. And then they have their Hydra Firm. This is their eye cream. So this helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It helps with firming the eye area and restoring the moisture levels around the eyes. This is a very light cream, but it is very hydrating. All of these are very hydrating. I love them. I don't feel the need to add in any additional hydration. These have just been perfect at balancing those hydration levels in my skin. So all wonderful products. I'll continue to keep you posted. But as of right now, I will probably be repurchasing these, and these will be my moisturizers going forward because I love them so much. So they're hydrating. They're great for, these also have antioxidants in them, by the way. They're great for preventing loss of collagen and elastin, helping stimulate collagen, elastin. Hyperpigmentation, they help even out your skin tone and help with pigment. A compromised barrier such as rosacea, acne, eczema. Beautiful moisturizers. Those, I'm really impressed with these. I love them. Now, I have had a couple of things happen with my skin. So if you guys have been following along here, you know I picked up the Medic 8 products. So I started off with using the Medic 8 C Tetra Luxe. Okay, this is their THD vitamin C serum. It has 15% tetrahexyl decyl sorbate. I can't say it in here, but this has citrus oils in it and limonene, and I'm allergic to limonene. And I started using this, and at first I did not have excuse me, at first I did not have a reaction to it. And then all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, my skin started to become inflamed and really irritated and burn. So I had to stop using this. And it's a bummer because I really liked the radiance that this gave my skin. But those citrus oils, I don't understand why they put citrus oils in here, especially in a product that you're using during the day, because you're going to get sun exposure, and citrus oils make your skin photosensitive so you can burn easy, especially if you're not wearing sunscreen. So that didn't work out for me. So that was a fail. Then their Crystal Retinel. So I picked up the Crystal Retinel in 3, and I started using this, and at first I was fine. When I started using this every day, I started to get these little red tiny bumps that were really painful and really itchy. So I had to stop using this. So unfortunately, my skin does not like this. At first it did, but then I had a reaction. Now, the thing with this is I am, I do have allergies. And it could just be that my skin is just maybe a little bit sensitive to retinol right now. So I had to stop using it. So I can't say that this is a complete fail for me yet. I will have to try this again. So I'm going to set it off to the side. Another thing I was thinking that I may have an issue with is the honeysuckle extract that's in here, because honeysuckle is something that I'm allergic to when it blooms. It causes me to, get red, itchy eyes, puffiness, and really congested. So my skin could be reacting to that honeysuckle extract. But that is something that I will just put off to the side and maybe pick it up again. So what am I using in place of that? So I have my Viktoria De Ann Rejuvenators. So the Viktoria De Ann Rejuvenators come in 3 different strengths: mild, medium, and ultra. And I had a mild and an ultra hanging out. So I decided to pick up my mild. And these have also been reformulated too, just like the Peptis. So they're better. And since they reformulated them, you can now use them twice a day, which is great because these will help strengthen your skin and add added protection from the sun during the day. So I started picking this up and using it twice a day, so morning and evening, and boy, do I love it. I love it. So these are Viktoria De Ann's answer to replace a retinoid in your skincare. These will help accelerate cellular turnover. So think of this as like your retinol or retinoid alternative without the side effects. So these will rejuvenate your skin, help with your aging concerns, help with cellular turnover, and also nourish your skin. So these are great. But these aren't for those who are sensitive to niacinamide or can't use niacinamide, because it is a main ingredient. And the higher the level you use, the more niacinamide in it. So just keep that in mind. But I love these. So I'm using my Rejuvenators. Now I'm just using mild right now, twice a day. And ultra, I don't think I would use twice a day. I would still use ultra at night. And what I'm thinking about doing is keep ordering another mild and using it, this one during the day. And I'm going to get a medium and work to using my ultra again, because it's been a while since I've used these, because I wanted to test different forms of retinoids to see how I like them with my skin. And I went back to these and I just really love what these do for my skin. And I'm coming to the conclusion that my skin just doesn't really like other retinoids anymore. It loves those Rejuvenators. So I'm going to go back to using those for the time being. And I'm not going to waste my money on other forms of retinoids, because that's another thing too with, these prices with skincare. They're getting out of control. We're seeing, less percentages off with sales. And skincare is just getting to the point where it's unreachable, right? Now, I've had a couple of you reach out to me to ask me how I have been liking the Calecim Eye Contour Lifting Serum. Now, I love this. It is a very pricey product, but I have been noticing that my hoods do look a little bit more lifted. Because I can see more of my lid space here, especially with my eyeshadow now, than what I could before. So this is working at lifting my skin. Now, it's not like super noticeable, but I notice it. And a couple of you had said that you noticed the lifting of my eyes with this too. So it's a great product. You don't use very much. I definitely think it's worth the investment to look into this. I do notice that the skin underneath my eyes seems smoother, and on my overall lids too. The wrinkles look less apparent. With this though, you just have to keep in mind, this isn't like an eye cream, it's more like an eye serum. So you may still need to apply an eye cream on top. Now, when I first started using this, it felt pretty good for like the first month, but these last, I would say 3 weeks, my under eyes are feeling a little bit dry. So I added in the Viktoria De Ann Hydra Firm on top because it is a light eye cream, and it pairs well perfectly with this Calecim eye contour lifting cream. So Calecim says just this is another thing to take into consideration. When you're using the Calecim products, any of them, they do accelerate cellular turnover, so you may experience some dryness with these. And the same thing can happen with the eye cream when you initially use it. You may experience that dryness in your under eye skin or on your skin, and you just want to make sure that you just either use an eye cream over this or you add additional moisturizer into your routine. You can maybe even add an oil to your moisturizer if that's something that resonates with you, but just wanted to point that out. So I have been loving this. Now, I love all my Calecim products, and I hope that they can stay in my routine. Now, I am going to need to pick up some more matte cream, and as far as I know, the bundle deal is still available for this if you pick it up directly from Calecim. So it is discounted. You get the 2 full sizes, and then if you use my discount code, I believe it comes to $212 because my discount code will take an additional $37 off. Sorry, I have to take a drink of water. My allergies are getting to me again. So it's like anytime that I talk a lot, it's like everything just starts flowing. So I'm going to probably pick up another one of these bundle deals because it's such a great deal, because this is $200 on its own, and I forgot how much this is. But it's basically like you buy these 2 and you get this one free if you use my discount code, because on Calecim's website, there's no tax and it's free shipping. So it comes out to be like $212 out the door for this. So I'm probably gonna buy another one of these because I do still use this a couple nights a week. This is like my Friday and Saturday night mask. Sometimes like in the mornings and the weekends, I will throw this on my skin first thing in the morning if I have an event to go to. I just love my Calecim products, and I love their pink serum too. So if I have time this week, I'll jump on and film my evening skincare routine, including the Viktoria De Ann Rejuvenator, so you guys can see that if you're interested. So those are all my favorites for skincare. I wanted to share those with you, and I probably, did a little bit too much there. But now let's go over some favorite makeup products, because we just had that Sephora sale and I picked up a lot of makeup and some of these have become fast favorites. So one thing that I did not pick up at the Sephora sale, and that is the Guerlain Terracotta Latent Glow Foundation. It is the foundation that I am wearing today, and I absolutely love this foundation. I love it so much that I picked up a summer shade. So this shade that I'm wearing right now is the shade 2.5N. And then I picked up from the Nordstrom sale shade 3N for my skin for the summer. And I think it's going to be a perfect match. So I love this foundation so much. It's become my new favorite. This foundation, it's not that glowy on the skin. It just looks like your skin, but better. And I love that. I have an itch on my nose that is driving me crazy. So I'm going to just take my concealer brush and itch right here really quick. I'm so sorry for that. So this, I just love this. Now, when you first put this on, it is a little bit tacky, but just give it a few minutes and it will set. Now, if you have dry skin, I don't necessarily think that you need to set this, but if you have oily skin or combo skin, then you're definitely going to want to set this. Now, this is a foundation that I think those of you with oily skin can even wear if you like something glowy on the skin, but it's not overly glowy, as you can see here on my skin. It just looks like my skin, but better. It looks like healthy, natural skin. I love it. It doesn't enhance the texture in my skin. It feels like I'm wearing nothing. And the longer this is on my skin, the better it looks. I just really love this. Now this does have a slight fragrance to it, just so you know, but oh, beautiful foundation. I love, love, love that. So now I did pick up another shade of the CL Skin Tint, and I did pick up another shade of their concealer. So my concealer that I had originally was in the shade 4P, which has a peachiness to it. And then I picked up 5N, which is light, medium, neutral. Now, to me, the 4P seems a little bit darker than the 5N, but however, the 5N does work, but it's still just a little bit too light. Now, I just decided to keep it because I've been using it. I used the CL makeup all this week to test and play around with it. And if you don't apply their concealers directly under the eye, you just apply it to your hand and take your brush and dip it in. They work beautifully. What I love about this line is that all the products have SPF, so you have that extra SPF protection. So going to be great to use over the summertime. Concealers, full coverage concealers. So if you have any breakouts or anything that you want to cover on the skin, these work really, really well. It's just underneath your eyes. You have to be careful because if you put them directly and blend them in, they can be drying. So just take your brush, apply the concealer to your hand, dip your brush in there, and then just apply a light layer under the eyes. A little bit of this concealer goes a long way, and you will like it if you've been having issues with this. And then since it is a mineral SPF concealer, you also want to make sure that your eyes are well prepped with the proper eye cream or eye serum underneath, okay? So there's that. I wish that they had these in store so that you could, you know, pick your proper color instead of just guessing online. So now with their skin tints, I think they need to improve the shade range here because I'm going to show you. So I picked up medium because the light medium is too light for me and medium is too dark. It is quite a big jump in color, and I'm going to show you. So medium is definitely darker, but it's also sort of kind of like orangey in a way versus the light medium. Okay, so here is light medium and here is medium. So let me just kind of blend this out. And as you can see, it's quite a big jump in the color. So what I have been doing to get my perfect color is I've been mixing these two together. Now, if this was a traditional skin tint, it would be more forgiving on your finding your shade match, because since skin tints are traditionally sheer, they're more forgiving on the skin and you can be several different shades. With the CL, they call this a skin tint, but it's actually more like a foundation, so the shades aren't as forgiving. So I think like they need a shade in between the light medium and the medium for people like me who don't want to spend and have two different foundations to get your perfect color. Now, will the shade medium end up eventually being a perfect shade for me? Like if I do my fake tan or if I get more color? I don't think so. I still think it's going to be slightly too dark for me. Now, I did try mixing their bronzing drops in with the light medium and it was just too luminous and you could really see the texture of my skin, especially my pores. It's like it honed in on my pores, even with their primer, which is another favorite product, and I just did not like it. So there. But I do love these. I think this is a beautiful foundation. I'm gonna call it a foundation. It has SPF 50 in the mineral form, but it just looks gorgeous on the skin. I think it's going to be beautiful in the summer, but I will tell you, if you do have oily skin, you will probably get some oily breakthrough in your T-zone or in the oilier parts on your face. So you'll just have to make sure that you either prime with their primer, which I love, and that helps mitigate the my oily T-zone. And this also helps it last longer, and it just makes your skin look flawless. Now, the Prime and Protect SPF 30 primer, I absolutely love it. I've ordered a backup. Favorite primer, I actually have it on today under the Latent Glow foundation, and it works with all my foundations, and it's great to have when you want that extra SPF protection, or if you're going out like maybe in the evening and you don't want to necessarily put on sunscreen, but you want to still have some protection from the sun. This is great to use. Like, say if it's like maybe like 5 o'clock in the evening when the sun is still strong, put this on. I mean, you could use this anytime. You can use this at night if you wanted to. You just don't want to sleep in it, but it's a beautiful, beautiful primer. My nose just won't stop itching, guys. So I did pick up a couple of bronzers from the Sephora sale. I forgot to put one out. One you guys haven't seen and one you have seen. I don't think I used this in a video yet, but I will. But I picked up the Terracotta. This is the Terracotta Light Sun-Kissed Healthy Glow Bronzer in Medium Cool from Guerlain. And this is the one that has all the pretty mix of colors. This is such a beautiful bronzer. It gives your skin this really healthy glow. And it's like, it's not a matte formula because there is some shimmer in here, but it doesn't look too shimmery on the skin. It just gives you this healthy, radiant, light, bronzy glow to the skin. I really, really love this. I am so happy that I picked this up. And I think this might be my new favorite compared to the Armani. So I love it. I have to play around with it more. But I do love to wear this on top of the Neova. Did I put it away? What did I do with it? My sunscreen. Here it is. It fell down. So my sunscreen that is my main sunscreen that I use every day. I love this. I talk about it all the time. It's the Neova Silk Sheer 2.0 Photo Finish Tint DNA Repair Enzymes and Antioxidant SPF. So this is an SPF 40, and it has this peach tint to it that blurs out the skin. And it doesn't change the color of your skin. It just kind of slightly evens out the skin tone and blurs it out. And I could use this and just step out of the house. And sometimes when I go to work and I'm lazy, I just throw this on, a little bit of blush, a little bit of bronzer, and then that's my makeup for the day, and it looks great. And since that is sort of a matte finish, I love to use a glowy bronzer with it. And this works out so beautifully. So I love, love, love this. Then I was watching YouTube videos, you know, I got sucked in, and everybody was saying how much they love these new Dior Forever Nude bronzers. Now, Sephora only carries the jumbo ones, and the jumbo ones come in 4 colors. So there's 10, 20, which are for fair to light skin. Those have sort of like an orangey color to them, and they recommend shade 20 for light to medium skin. Well, it just looked a bit too orange for me. So I picked up shade 30, which is called Tan Matte, and here it is. I have it on today. Now, these are a nude bronzer, so these look more like what your skin would look like when you got a natural tan versus something like the YSL, which this one I have shade 3, and it's quite a bit more warm toned versus this one. This is a little bit cooler tone, but this Dior Forever Nude bronzer looks like my skin as if I had gotten a tan versus this one is a bit warmer and a bit more noticeable on my skin. I love this formula. It is so silky, smooth, and blurring on the skin. Now, this is a matte formula. If you wanted the ones with shimmer, those are available at Dior, which they have the smaller format, which are completely different colors. And then there's a matte one and a radiant one. And then they also have these ones, but Sephora only has the jumbo ones. I love this bronzer so much that I'm going to see how this fares with my skin in the summer. I may pick up shade 40, which is the darker one, for the summertime. If this one seems like it's going to be a little bit too light for me when I get into my summer color, but I love this bronzer. Love, love, love. Step aside YSL All Hours Hello Dior Forever Nude bronzer. Love it. Now, this one does have a slight fragrance to it. It has like I think it's like a tuberose. You don't smell it once it's applied to the skin, but you do smell it on the pan. This also has that beautiful pleather packaging here too, just like the YSL does as well. So beautiful. These are both beautiful bronzers, but the Dior Forever Nude is my favorite. It is my new favorite matte bronzer. I love it. And since we're on the subject of YSL and we're still on these powders, I love these YSL setting powders. Now I have the loose. This is called the All Hours Hyper Blur loose setting powder, and I have it in the shade translucent. It's a beautiful powder. I have it on today. If you have dry skin, I think that you would really love this. If you have mature skin, I think that you would really love this powder. I love it. It's become my new favorite powder. And I also love the compact form too. So this is the pressed matte powder. I bought this for my purse for touch-ups for when I'm out and about if needed, but I really have not had to touch my powder up when I use this. It pretty much lasts all day, except for sometimes right here I do get a little oily. And then I just take, when I'm out and about, I just take the powder puff here and I just take it and I just grab a little bit of that powder, and then I'll just touch me up here and it mattifies the area. Now I've used this as my main setting powder too, just to test it out, and it's just as beautiful on the skin. And at first when you apply this one, it can leave a little bit of a white cast on the skin, but then as soon as it melts into the skin, it disappears. But these do come in colors too, by the way. So these I love. That's got to go back into my purse. Love, love, love. Now you all know how much I love the YSL blushes. So I did pick up the shade called Rose Haze, and I absolutely love this shade. So this is 06 Rose Haze. This goes with several of my blushes. I love to pair it with like the Huda Beauty, either the Cotton Candy or the guava, not guava, but Intense Lychee or Lychee Sunset. I love this with the Ciel blush in Bahati. I love it on its own too. So very, very beautiful shade. My other favorite is going to be Nude Lavier. I think it is shade number 44, which is their most popular. This one has a shimmer to it, and I absolutely love this color. It's so pretty. I love it on its own. I love it as a topper. I love these blushes on their own and also as a topper over liquid blush. Now, I would say the one thing about these blushes is that the tops of them are really, really pretty, but the rest of the packaging does feel cheap, okay? But they're beautiful blushes. They've become my, not my new favorite, but a favorite, so much so that I do have 6 shades of them now. I absolutely am so smitten with these Westman Atelier duos. Now, I got the Sculpting Duos, which is the Baby Cheeks and Face Trace Sculpting Powder Duo. I have Petal and Biscuit, which is a favorite. I've been loving these. Now, these are so smoothing, so silky on the skin, very easy to blend out. I would say that if your face is not powdered, I would say that's when they would probably become a little bit patchy, because I've heard some people say that these are patchy and they don't blend well. You have to take these sculpting shades with a light touch because they are pretty pigmented, but if you have the right brush, you can blend them out beautifully on the skin. I haven't had any issues with them, but Petal and Biscuit, love. This has been like a go-to for me, but today for my look, I went with Truffle and Tulle. So this is my combo that I have on today. And I use Truffle to sculpt my cheeks, my nose, and my jawline out. That's how I use the sculpting powders. I don't use them as a bronzer. I use them as a sculpting powder. And the blushes, these just look so beautiful on the skin. They melt into the skin. It looks like second skin. I love these. I think that they're worth it. And I did order Coquette and Mimi, which is the light peachy pink blush. And Mimi is sort of kind of looks like a bronzer. I had my points with Sephora, so I was able to take $20 off. So I noticed that they went back in stock, so I picked them up. I picked that one up after the sale. That's how much I love these. I just love them so much. I think they're absolutely stunning. Stunning. Now, here's a fail for you. So I did not pick this up on the sale, but I mentioned this in a video that I picked this up. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautifying Eye Trends Palette in Digital Lilac. I have this on my eyes today. Now, it is really pretty and it's lasting really well, but what I have an issue with is that the shadows don't blend well and the shimmers really are not pigmented in here whatsoever. These mattes in here don't really blend out like her other palettes do. Just the formula in this is not my favorite. And I definitely don't think it was worth the $60. I do love the color story and I think it's pretty. This look that I'm wearing today came out really pretty, but it's just not my favorite eyeshadow formula. And I think it needs improvement for $60, okay? So I mentioned that before. Now, there's mixed reviews on these. Some people are saying the same thing I am. Some people are saying, oh my God, they're so gorgeous. This is the best formula ever. I don't agree with that from my experience with just this palette. Now, for lip products, I went overboard with my lip products. Oh my gosh. Before we get into that, the Kulfi Batty Lash Mascara, new favorite mascara. This is a tubing mascara. Love what this is doing for my lashes. It gives me the best volume. It's so easy to apply. It's quick and easy for me. It removes really easy off the lashes. It removes an actual tubes, and I love the brush. I love it. It gets in there, it finds every lash, it defines, it volumizes, and this tip is so good for those hard to reach lashes. Just love this, and it doesn't flake on me. It wears, you know, just like how a tubing mascara should. I believe it's $24 and such a great price. I hope that they come out with more colors with this because I would love a brown tubing mascara. I would love a brown mascara. It's just that all their mascaras smudge or flake on me, that I haven't found a brown tubing mascara that I like. And I don't like the Thrive tubing mascaras. Cali Ray, I still love it, but the Kulfi Batty Lash has taken its place. So, I'm getting congested, sorry. Another long video. So for lip products, I went crazy. YSL. Be Still My Heart, YSL. I love your lip products. So these lip plumping oil glosses, I absolutely love them. I picked them up in 3 shades. This is Thunder Stealer. It's so pretty. Now it doesn't look lilac like this on the lips. It has a little bit of a lilac sheen to it, but the shimmer in this is so pretty on the lips. it's just so beautiful. I just really love this color. It's so pretty. My favorite color out of the 3 that I picked up is actually Nude La Vie. And is that this one? I can't even say it. I'm so sorry. I don't want to jumble it, but I want to say it's Nude La Vie, number 44. So I have the Candy Glaze lip gloss stick on in number 44 today. I love these lip gloss sticks. So good. But I also love the plumping lip glosses. So these are the other 2 colors I got. I have Mallow, so pretty. It looks sort of peachy pink on me. And then I have the Nude La Vie, just like the Nude La Vie lip gloss stick. Now, you have to be careful when you pull these out because the doe fit is pretty big, and if you're not really careful, it will splatter. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on my lips. Now, you might think that these are a little bit too fragrant, but I love the fragrance and how they taste. And I love the plumping that these do for my lips. The color is sheer. It's not really that pigmented. And the formula itself does last and feels really cushy on your lips without being sticky. And the plumping is very mild. It's very slow and very mild. I've heard some people say that these are pretty intense. I do not think that they're intense whatsoever. And I've tried some pretty intense lip plumpers, such as that Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk one. That one is really intense. It feels like my lips are burning off. I don't get that from this whatsoever. This is the most comfortable lip plumping gloss or product that I've ever tried on my lips. So I love these. I think they're beautiful. And these will definitely be a repurchase when they run out. I love the packaging. I mean, when you pull this out of your purse and you're applying it, it's so beautiful and luxurious. So I love these, love. The other things that I love from YSL are these YSL Love Shine Candy Glaze Lip Gloss Sticks. I have 2 colors here. I have the Nude La Vie, which is number 44, which I had on before I applied the matching lip gloss. I love these. The pigmentation in these are so pretty. The way that these feel on the lips is so good. They don't feel like a lip gloss. It feels like a very moisturizing, hydrating, lip plumping balm that isn't sticky and gives you great pigment in the lips. It's kind of like a cross between a lipstick and a lip gloss without it being too glossy like the actual lip plumping oil gloss. So I love these. Now, the one thing about these is that these you have to be careful that you don't twist them up too much, because once you twist them up, you cannot twist them back into the actual bullet. So, and another plus for the packaging. So the other color that I have is, what is it again? Showcasing Nude, which is a peachy pink color. And it is kind of similar to that Mallow Balm. Now, if I had to choose between this one or the lip plumping gloss, I would definitely go with the Love Shine Candy Glaze Lip Gloss Sticks. Definitely. Because they do make the lips look pretty plump and juicy too. Now, this was my last purchase that I made. Oh, I love the Laneige candy. I'm getting tired. I need to stop now. I love the Laneige Glaze Craze tinted lip serums. These are pretty. I have 3 colors here. And I love all of these. Now, these are a very thin formula. They feel hydrating. They're slippery on the skin without being sticky, or slippery on the lips without being sticky. They do make them look a little bit plump, but they're very hydrating. The colors are pretty, but they don't last very long, just so you know, but I love the way that they feel and look on the lips. Now, I was cruising Sephora's website on the last day of the sale, and I saw that they had this YSL kit. This was a limited edition kit that they had with 2 of the lip products, and it was $59 plus the 20% off. Now, what came in here is a Nude Lavier. Now, this is their lip butter, which is a balm. And here's Nude Lavier. Now, this is a thin formula compared to the lip gloss stick. And it almost looks like it's going to be a lipstick, but it's just a very sheer tint, and it is a thinner formula. I do like it, but I definitely prefer the Candy Glaze lip gloss stick over this formula. Now, they have another one too, which is a lip oil, which I'm not going to try that because I really love the Candy Glaze lipstick. And then it came with the clear shade of the Candy Glaze lip gloss stick. And this is what I have been using at night. And this is such a beautiful lip treatment. Oh my gosh. It's just like these, the ones with the tint, but it's clear and it's so hydrating and so plumping that when I wake up in the mornings, my lips just look and feel so good. So I love to actually apply this over the Viktoria De Ann Pepti Pad. After that's penetrated into my skin, and then right before I go to bed, I put this on, and oh my gosh, it's love. So this is my new favorite lip treatment for at night. So this was such a great deal. So they still have it available in case you're interested. I believe they do have it at Nordstrom too, and YSL site if you don't shop at Sephora, but I love that. So this is all of my favorites and fails right now, what I'm loving so far, and it's a lot. Such a long video. So I will have all these products listed in Shop My Shelf in case you're interested, and I'll put the link down below in the description box, along with the info for Viktoria De Ann. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to pop on here during the week for some skincare, and then no video next weekend because I have a class to attend next weekend that I will be out of town for, so I won't be able to film any content for next weekend. So if I don't see you, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or evening wherever you are. Have a beautiful week ahead, and I am sending you all so much love and light. And if you could be so kind, if you made it this far, to leave me a pink heart emoji and leave me a comment if you'd love. Make sure you give this video a like. It really helps my channel when you like my videos. You leave me a comment or an emoji down below if you do not feel comfortable leaving a full-on comment. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.